Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to your daily map change content, as always on the channel since the original Chapter 1 Season 3. We've got some crazy map changes coming in for you guys today, as well as some storyline content after the map changes. If you guys are new, tap that subscribe. Roughly 80% of you guys that watch the video aren't already subscribed on the map change series, so make sure you guys are tapping that subscribe. We've got daily map changes coming every single day, something new happens. But we now have several map changes over at retail, and you can see they are now setting up defense for the Spire Guardian, who is over on the hill behind us, and we'll explore more about this as we go through these map changes today. So first off, we've got our first set of barriers set up by the fish store, where where you go for your fishing gear, and you can see they've set up pretty nicely. They've left a little gap in it so they can come in and out, and you can see they've put a bunch of tires, a bunch of fences, a bunch of cones, benches, and sandbags around this tree right here. As well, on this far side over here, we can also see they've set up a few different things, from a few barriers, beds, old mattresses, as well as a bunch of bins as well, and some chairs, etc., bin bags, tires. So it's okay, this defense, not the best, you can still walk around, but I kind of like what they're doing with it. Now, if you skip through a little bit and head over to more of the right side, you can now see that this house here has all been boarded up on this side. This is to obviously kind of be ready for a battle if it takes place, and they're kind of reinforcing it just in case they aim for the windows. So that's kind of cool as well. And then on the front side over here, we do have something really unique. If it will render in, let me just press play, and there he is. We got our little gnome friend with our Primal mask, as well as a Primal thing on the floor, as well as this barrier here, which is just so cool. So that's what we've got on this side. And then if we go round the back side, we can also see that we've got a car tipped, a little box, a crate there, obviously being ready to open up if needed, and some pallets and some more reinforcement. Now, I think you could actually drive this car because it's not clamped. So if I was in this game right now, we could actually drive this car. You can see we've got a bunch more stuff down here. We've got these boxes back from the original Season 4 being barricaded up, and this is on this side of retail, coming in with the, the power little station where the power outlets would come into retail by these two houses here by yellow. So that's pretty cool. Some more barriers, barbed wire, and all sorts of stuff being reinforced on this side. Other than that, the reinforcements stop right here. But one thing you can note from all of this is the actual location of the telescopes. So every single one of these defenses which we've seen set up around, most of them have telescopes, and they're all pointing towards the big Spire Tower, or the mini Spire Towers as I like to call them. They're pointing towards this, and you can see that happening right here, which is so cool because this tells us that this is the threat. These Spire Towers are the threat to the people of the island. Why are they the threat? Well, it's IO, isn't it? This is owned by IO. Whoever's running this, you can see the logo on it is part of the IO logo. We already know that. That logo is one of the IO symbols on the IO logo, and they are leading this. They have deployed the Spire Guardians for this situation to defend. Now, we know IO have several abilities regarding the dark matter. I've explored that in my storyline video, which I will link at the end of this video. If you've still not seen that video, what are you guys doing sleeping on that video? You should be watching that video. It's one of the best storyline videos out there with one of the best theories, which not many people, no one other than me, has actually picked up on. So make sure you're watching that video after this one. But let's explore what exactly is going on right here. So we know IO are in charge of these Spire Guardians, but are they in charge of the Spire Assassin? Now, the Spire Assassin is situated in the center point. We know from my video on my second channel, when we made the Spire Guardian and the Spire Assassin meet, that they are not friendly with each other. So could this tell us that the Spire Guardians are not actually related to the Spire Assassins, with the Spire Assassin in the center being maybe the leader, or maybe the one owned by the Foundation, or a separate entire entity where she is ruling this center point but has no relationship with the Guardians? I don't know. I feel like that might be a little bit too far-fetched. I feel like maybe it's just a glitch in the Battle Labs. But if you haven't checked out that video on the second channel, we made the Spire Guardian and the Spire Assassin meet, and they did fight each other, and the winner was pretty interesting. It was an interesting result, so make sure you check that out after this as well. But it's pretty cool. Second channel is called By Post, by the way, if you're interested. But what I want to say is this is all IO again. If it is IO, and if it isn't obviously part of the Foundation, we know the Foundation reinforced it to actually consume the 0 point inside of here, and obviously kind of make sure it doesn't destabilize, which the Foundation did do to help John Jones. But we don't know why exactly this tower is now just stood here, and it's starting to actually use these purple pink crystals from last season, which are a form of Kevin's energy, or obviously the dark matter, which is the official name for it, or the dark element. We don't have actually an official name for the substance. I don't really like to call it Kevin because I feel like Kevin I guess that's the easy way of describing the dark element, isn't it? Because Kevin is a part of that dark matter, which we know, obviously, which they used to get John Jones into the island in season 5. So this is what's going on with all this IO stuff. But not only that, we also have the Batman comics around the corner. Now, the Batman comics are actually going to tell us some interesting stuff about this location, the Spire, and the IO's base. On one of the comics, which is going to be the 5th one, we're going to actually see Batman get inside of the IO's base and explore what is going on, which is going to be super exciting. He's going to go inside of here and he's going to work out what is going on, unseen places in the world of Fortnite. We're going to get storyline information which we've never experienced before, and we're going to get stuff which is just going to tell us so much about who the IO are and what their plan is and how things work. So that's going to be happening in the Batman comics, and we're also going to be getting interesting stuff about how Batman's going to escape the loop. So that's going to be cool to see how he figures that out. What's going on my screen? I keep getting really random black lines. You guys seeing that? I don't know why that's happening. Don't worry about it. It should stop in a second. Let me just press play and start. There we are. But yeah, I think it's definitely some exciting stuff and definitely going to tell us some more with the storyline with Batman. Now, if we head over to Pleasant, which we've already explored in some of the previous map change videos, but I want to show you guys something really interesting. You can also see now that the location is starting to become Primal themed. I feel like Primal are going to set this up. But what I really do like about this is every single one of these locations has a telescope type thing pointed at, obviously, the Spire Tower, the mini ones. Again, here it is inside of Pleasant, pointing towards that, again, indicating that this is probably going to be the threat to Pleasant Park. So that is what I like. That's what I'm excited about. Hope you guys are excited about that too, because that is obviously going to tell us what's going on in this battle between these two. Now, one thing I was thinking as well is I don't think the Primal is like the threat for these. I think the major worry for the people of the island is the IO, which is the Spire Assassin, the Spire Guardian possibly as well. I don't know 100% between them two, but let's just say they're IO because of the logo on their, obviously, mini Spire Towers. We know that that is a threat to the people, so I do feel like the Primal will take over these locations. Tirana and Raz, who are part of the storyline now, I don't feel like these have any relationship to do with the Spire Guardians or Spire Assassin. They actually are trying to investigate it and work with the people of the island to figure out what's going on in this giant loop. We see that Raz's storyline, which we've been going over, and we will be exploring this more as it's fully complete. Raz actually wants us to do different tasks. He actually sends us to a few different radio tasks which talk about the crystal, and Jonesy's radio is actually situated on here where you pick it up for your task. There it is right there actually, and it talks about John Jones talking about the crystals, obviously that being part of the IO and the dark element and stuff. So it really is breaking it down. We know Raz is going to be investigating into the kind of dark matter and dark element, so I'm excited to see how Raz is going to do all this and what he's going to come up with. I don't think he's going to be a genius, but you just never know. Maybe Raz is going to solve a lot of stuff about this loop that might help us get out, or might even help Batman in the comics escape this world. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's map change video. It's been a super awesome one. If you guys haven't already, tap that subscribe. Check out the storyline video on screen right now if you haven't already and you're sleeping on it. Make sure you watch it. It's an awesome video, and don't forget to pop in code postboxpat to your item shop. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Once again, this is postboxpat.